Is it just me, or is everybody getting sick right now? And when I look into what's going on, it's weird because you got this super flu, which is a virus that's pretty much gone across the country.
Doctors are preparing for a surge in flu cases this week after recent CDC data shows nearly 5 million cases across the country already. New York State is seeing its worst flu outbreak in more than 2 decades.
And then at the same time, there's this superbug going around that's been here since 2016, but since 2022, it's spread to 27 different states. So much so that the CDC is calling this thing a nightmare bacteria. It's all because of this enzyme called NDM1. And because of this one enzyme, it makes antibiotics pretty much useless against this whole thing.
World Health Organization has issued a warning saying that drug-resistant infections, often called superbugs, are spreading at an alarming rate. The WHO says 1 in 6 bacterial infections worldwide can no longer be treated with antibiotics, threatening decades of medical progress and putting millions of lives at risk.
So we got viruses and bacteria running amok across populations and making everybody sick. You know, it's a funny thing about magicians. They can pull off all that stuff even though you're staring at them the whole time. But anyway, on a completely unrelated topic, I want to introduce you to a thing called optogenics. It's a fairly new way for scientists to study the brain.
Optogenetics, what we're doing is we're putting molecules that convert light into electricity into neurons, the cells of the brain. Then when we shine light on those neurons, light gets converted to electricity and allows us to turn on or off those cells.
So basically they're using infused neurons, which are controlled by light, to attach themselves to cells inside the body and be able to tell them whether to turn off or turn on. Well, your whole body's made of cells, trillions of them. So that means when it's mapped out, they can find the cells that control your anxiety, depression, chronic pain, and control them using optogenics. Even the possibility of controlling your motor skills, which they've already done in some animals. Or how about controlling your brain altogether? And I know the health benefits to this whole thing could be huge, but when you got places like DARPA that have their own optogenics program, and calling this kind of technology crucial for national security and global well-being, kind of makes me a little suspicious.
Generative Optogenetics program, GO, seeks to harness the power of light to direct the synthesis of DNA and RNA directly within living cells. If successful, this high-risk, high-reward research program has the potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and manufacturing.
Now I know what you're thinking. Since this is all controlled by light, does that mean our smartphones can control our brains? Because your smartphone uses an infrared light for facial recognition. And the answer to that is no, because the person would have to have those neurons infused with optogenics for it to actually work. Which I personally find very interesting, because the way you get optogenic infused neurons into the cells of the host is through bacteria and viruses, which they consider the Lego of optogenic targeting. Does that sound familiar to anybody else? Y'all let me know, and stay safe.